8 ways to recover from generalized anxiety disorder naturally. And that's exactly what you do when you overcome anxiety. You're recovering your nervous system. You're realigning your mental thought space and narrative about yourself. You're rejuvenating your emotional home from a state of anxiety, stress, fear, worry to peace, calm, bliss, joy. And you can start to understand your subconscious, work with your subconscious, which is what I'm gonna offer you in this video. You will hone in the power of your subconscious mind so that you can mold it to work for you versus against you. Because right now, anxiety, it's working against you. The insights are all with the power of your subconscious mind. Science proves and shows we run off of our subconscious 95% of our day. So you do the math. We wanna be working with that big part of our mind and subconscious below consciousness. This is where all our programs, our narratives, this is where everything that is leading us to act or not act with anxiety lies. I'm Maegan Aleece. I'm a rapid transformational therapist, clinical hypnotherapist, and after suffering my whole childhood, which I didn't even know, anxiety was just my normal, my adult life as a high-functioning, chronic, anxious person and shifting careers, because when I found clinical hypnotherapy and RTT, my life transformed from my mental thoughts, from my emotional space, physical symptoms of anxiety, of adrenal fatigue and chronic stomach aches, muscle tension, my body just in a state of unease every day, all day, terrible sleeps. I had to shift careers and gift and support those who were in my same space who just thought, well, this is how I'm gonna be for the rest of my life, managing symptoms of anxiety. After being in this field for over 13 years, I supported hundreds of people recovering from anxiety naturally through the power of your own mind. So in this video, I'm gonna give you 8 ways if you integrate them, you actually put them into play, into practice, into your everyday life, you will start your recovery journey from generalized anxiety naturally through the power of your mind. And how incredible is that you have everything within you to support yourself in recovering your nervous system, your mental space, your emotional home from anxiety, because you're really returning back to who you're meant to be in this world, how you're meant to operate, how nature intended and designed you to, whether you believe in God or the universe, whatever it may be, how your body is designed to do is not to be in a state of fight or flight 24/7, only when you're in extreme and immediate danger. And anxiety, generalized anxiety, your body thinks you're in extreme immediate danger 24/7. And I'm gonna give the most important one at the end, so you wanna make sure you do stay through the whole video, because I'm not just giving you insights and tools and techniques to manage your symptoms. No, you're not meant to just manage your symptoms for the rest of your life. What I'm gifting you and giving you after really deeply understanding the subconscious mind, that there's roots of anxiety, that why you feel those symptoms of anxiety is actually what lies beneath, the roots of anxiety. And this, we want to deal with what lies beneath, what is within the subconscious, so that your symptoms aren't even there anymore. We're not gonna cut the branches of the tree off because the roots are just gonna keep growing. Same thing with anxiety. We wanna deal with the roots. Number 1 is you have to have awareness of your threads and your cords of anxiety. And I really go into depth what I mean by threads and cords of anxiety. And that's just your symptoms of anxiety. Whether you feel it more physically or you feel it more mentally or emotionally. Generalized anxiety is normally you feeling it in all layers and levels of your being. You need to not only have the awareness, but accept this is where you are and this is where you're at. Most people with anxiety, they really just go through life their whole way thinking that's just how I am. I mean, I was like that too for so long, not even knowing that what the present moment was, not even knowing that overthinking and ruminating wasn't normal, not even knowing that your body can feel in ease and you can actually think and your natural state can go to best case scenarios. I didn't know that that wasn't how our human bodies are designed to be at in our normal, optimal state. You cannot shift what you do not have awareness of. So you may have blind spots of those threads and cords of anxiety, and if you just ask someone to be super honest with you, they will tell you what those blind spots are, and then you can actually start to shift what they are. So for more support on that, check out this video here where I really go in depth of the different cords and threads of anxiety And when you can have that awareness, even sometimes just the mere awareness of it, you'll start to shift it naturally on your own. Number 2 is what I spoke about before, is really getting to the root of anxiety, what lies beneath. So one of the roots of anxiety is the secondary benefit of anxiety. And you might think, well, there's no benefit of having anxiety, but again, this is where you have to be really, really honest with yourself. And what does anxiety do for you? So for example, from case studies of my own clients, not being able to use their voice, anxiety speaks for them. Well, I can't go to that social outing because I have anxiety. Instead of speaking and saying, I don't want to do this, especially if they have people pleasing imprinted within them, this, oh my gosh, I might make them unhappy that I don't want to go, but anxiety is my excuse, so you can't be mad at someone who has social anxiety. Another example is the need to control. A lot of people with generalized anxiety need to control every little thing and detail and plan because it makes them feel safe. And the secondary benefit is I feel safe when I feel in control. But that's just a false sense of perceived control because we have no control over the external around us except the control of our thoughts, our energy, and our vibration. And that actually has a direct influence on your external world, people, environment, around you. So that's really the only thing you can control, but people with anxiety get it wrong and try and control everything outside of themselves versus everything within themselves. Give yourself some time to reflect and write out how anxiety has been serving a purpose for you. Another case study example from one of my clients is, as a perfectionist and overachiever, anxiety was like that motivating drive and push to do more, to do more. So high functioning anxiety here. But instead of enjoying what you're doing and the progress to achieve a goal, it's like, it's never enough, it's never enough, and it's never enough. And it's actually a negative motivator versus a positive one, yet you're still getting things done. And on the outside, you look very, very successful, but on the inside, it is inner turmoil and you're not enjoying any of it from the start nor to the finish. Number 3, present moment check-ins. So with most of my clients, what I get them to do is actually put a reminder or a little calendar update on their phone to go off every hour. And why this is because being in an anxious state mentally, emotionally, physically is very familiar to your subconscious. That is a function of your subconscious mind to keep you in the familiarity, to keep you in that comfort zone, and anxiety is now your comfort zone. So you don't even have to think about something to be anxious. Your body is just going to naturally be in that state because that is what is familiar. And then if something's not going on for you to feel this, your mind's going to look for things to be anxious about. And okay, let's ruminate and think about what happened last week. Oh, let's ruminate and think about this. Oh, let's project ourselves into the future and worry about this thing. Oh, let's do worst case scenario, right? So it's keeping you in that familiar state of anxiety. So present moment check-ins is going to pattern interrupt and get you out of that state, even if it's just for a moment. So you can start to train your emotional home and your mind to be the opposite. Because another thing about your subconscious is not only that it loves to be and keep you in the familiar, but you can make anything familiar unfamiliar, anxiety, unfamiliar, and anything that is unfamiliar, peace, ease, present moment thinking, ease in the body and the muscles, grounded and calm emotional state no matter what is going on in your external world. That unfamiliar where you see there is people like that, you can make that familiar and your emotional home and your internal state. And how you'll start to do that is those present moment check-ins. So an alert in your phone to come into the present moment. And we hear it all the time from spiritual teachers that the present moment is the only moment you have. And this is really, really true. And a lot of people with anxiety, we are not in the present moment. It is the past, it is the future. It is in our head, it is not in the experience in this now, where your body is in this now. And so anxiety is when you're not feeling safe and your nervous system is dysregulated. So how can you bring yourself in the present moment to feel safe in this now? So there's a lot of things like grounding, bringing yourself into your 5 senses, breathing techniques. You really want to find something that works for you, that if you only even do it for 60 seconds every hour on the hour, your body will start to just naturally do this and it'll be like, oh, time to feel in the present moment. Be in the present moment. Gratitude is great, a great one, just being grateful for what you have. Like right now, grateful that I'm connecting to you, grateful that I have legs to stand, grateful that I have a voice to speak and the confidence I have to be able to communicate these incredible, life-changing insights with you. This brings me into the present moment in my present experience right now. Number 4, relaxation, making time for relaxation every single day. So a regulated nervous system is a state of rest and digest, relaxation. So you want to ensure that you are gifting yourself relaxation time each and every day. I recommend especially before bed, because a lot of people with anxiety, it's hard to fall asleep, or as soon as their head hits the pillow, it's like the mind keeps going, and now it's this pattern. It's like you think a lot when you put your head to the bed. It's like this connection now throughout the day, like midway through your day is really great, or a time where you know in your day where you really feel a lot of anxiety is just like, oh yeah, at 3 o'clock I always feel this intense anxiety, or maybe it's right in the morning. So allow yourself to wake up earlier so that you can indulge and gift yourself, your body, your mind, your heart, a relaxation practice. So a few examples: yoga nidra and hypnosis. So you can find these on YouTube, yoga nidra, hypnosis. I have those as well on my channel, hypnosis recordings. And what the science shows, those two now are called NSDR, non-sleep deep rest. And it is proven to be the most effective #1 way to decrease stress and anxiety. Okay, this is science now, so this is incredible and this is great. And a lot of people have this preconceived notion of yoga nidra and hypnosis as very like spiritual and like off the wall fluffy duffy things, but they're actually not. It's bringing you into your body. It is using and connecting your mind and your body together so that they can work in harmony together, using the power of your mind to direct and instruct your body to relax and to be at ease. And reconnecting back that you have the power within. At first, these will feel very difficult and really hard because you do have to focus on the guidance of whoever is taking you through the yoga nidra or the hypnosis. And people with anxiety, their mind is like hamster wheel, like I gotta go over here, I gotta think about this, I gotta go over here. But the only way to start to make that unfamiliar and not your normal way of operating in your life is to do the opposite. And this is another technique to bring the unfamiliar to the familiar. And after the first few times, you will notice that you actually start to enjoy it because you're like, wow, I can focus longer on this. Okay, I'm actually feeling this relaxation on my body. Oh, this feels good. Another one is yin yoga, restorative yoga. For all the non-yogis there, you literally do not have to be flexible or good at yoga because these are long holds and the instructor will guide you into it and come around and support you to be in those longer holds. It just allows your body to have that chance to relax and not take in all this sensory input, not have your to-do list, not to go that mile a minute. These are really great classes to go to and take yourself through, whether that be on YouTube. I find it's better to go to a class though because you have no distraction of your house then taking you away from what you're actually really trying to do, which is turn that relaxation response on from your nervous system. Other ones are like taking a bath, being out in nature, calming meditations, and breath work. Number 5, your self-identity and your self-prophecy has to shift and has to change. How many anxious people, including yourself, are like, I'm just an anxious person, I'm just really anxious? You're ingraining and imprinting that further into your subconscious mind and further into your body. And this is your self-fulfilling prophecy. Say things that you actually want to become and be. I identify as a calm person. I'm choosing calm and groundedness to be my natural state. And you're like, well, Megan, I don't feel that way, so I'm lying to myself. Tell yourself a better lie. If you want to remain in anxiety, that is not your natural state. So the truth is, my natural state is peace, calm, and ease. That is the truth. Just like if you don't want to be poor, you're not going to keep saying, I'm a poor person, I'm broke, I'm poor, I'm broke. You're further ingraining that into your subconscious, into your being, into your energy field. And if you are saying that, let's change that narrative. Self-fulfilling prophecy, I'm rich in every and all ways. So how you can really start to shift your self-identity and your self-concept is look into the mirror each and every day and say what you actually want to feel till you feel an elevated emotion, till you feel that sense of calm and ease. I choose to be calm. I'm returning back to my natural state of calm and ease. Repeat it till you feel it and you want to feel the elevated emotion of peace, of calm, of ease, of joy. Even when people say like, I'm an idiot, I'm stupid, it's like, I cringe because that's becoming your personal narrative and your internal chatter. And then you wonder why you have that beep in the head telling you all day, every day, how stupid you are, how anxious you are, how you can't achieve or do anything. Like, you're in control of that voice, and shift that with the mirror work, with the self-concept and identity shift work. Smash that like button if you're gonna commit to any of these action points so far. Remember, knowledge is great, but if you do not embody this knowledge, it's just floating potential energy. You gotta bring it in, you gotta integrate it, and you actually gotta do it to receive any shifts. It's like learning about how to work out at the gym, learning how to eat healthy, and you just know how to eat healthy and how to go to the gym, but you don't put any of it into practice, yet you expect shifts within and to see them in the mirror. Not gonna happen. Same thing goes with this. Number 6, priming your emotional home right in the morning and right at night. You're naturally in a theta brainwave state that first half an hour when you wake up and that last half an hour before you go to bed. So this is the opportune time to be doing that point, but from before that I said with the self-identity work and concept shift, because you are already working with your subconscious mind. We're only working with our subconscious when we're in a theta brainwave state, either when you're induced by yoga nidra and hypnosis, or naturally when you wake up and before you go to bed. I've made for you already a 10-minute morning meditation that takes you through priming your nervous system as well as your subconscious mind for your day. I just make it super easy for you. Hit play. All the components within it is aligning all parts of you to be in that state of peace, calm, and ease. Again, this is something you need to repeat each and every day. You can't do these things just once and expect a complete shift and transformation. It's consecutive repetition every single day. That is how you make the unfamiliar familiar. And it's just like learning a new skill or anything. For the first few times, it's hard, it's difficult. But choose to enjoy it, choose to have fun, choose to really connect to the reward of you feeling calm and at ease and at peace. It is so worth it. And you'll actually start to find that you look forward to doing these types of things throughout your day. Number 7, pattern interrupts. When you notice that you're having this anxious story, going to the worst case scenario, this worry, and you're in the present moment and notice, oh wow, I'm actually worrying, ruminating, worst case scenario, pattern interrupt. Jolt yourself out of it, like click your fingers, clap your hands, get up, like move your body. Like when you move, you like jolt yourself out of what you were doing, of this story that you were creating in your head. Have a high vibe playlist that is super fun for you that you can put on and you dance around, because when you're dancing and you're woo and your arms up in the air, that is signaling to your body you are safe, because you're not going to do that when you're in a fight or flight response. So it is such a fun and great pattern interrupt to introduce and utilize. Number 8, get to the root of anxiety, your personal unique roots. Examples of these roots are limiting beliefs, learned behavior, the secondary benefit we went through at the beginning, the survival and coping mechanism and strategies you as a child had to come up with to ensure your needs of being loved, cared for, validated, supported, respected were met. And how can you get to the roots if they're subconscious? You can do a self-hypnosis, and in this state, really just guide yourself to, okay, what is the root of my anxiety? That can definitely take a very long time. Not saying you can't do it, but to be guided by someone like myself, an RTT therapist, a clinical hypnotherapist, to really guide you back to the significant events, to the points in time, to the where your mind created these coping mechanisms and strategies of anxiety. What is the secondary benefit? These answers come quick and they come so fast. That is why I've created an online program that within 6 weeks, you will feel immediate and incremental shifts in recovering from anxiety that you've felt for decades. Link to that in the description box below. Where in your RTT sessions, we really get to the root so fast. They're 2-hour-long sessions, and my clients say it best. After the session, they're like, that was like years of therapy in one session, because we're working with their subconscious mind. The program also holds you accountable, because not only are you investing your resources into it, but I've outlined it in a timely manner, which we're just used to from like school and deadlines and work, to do things in a timely manner. Whereas on YouTube, it's like, oh great, I watched that video, it's like on to the next, versus really applying it and, like I said, embodying and integrating it. We don't want just the knowledge, we really want to integrate, ingrain, and create new imprints within our subconscious so that our emotional home can be to peace, ease, bliss. And all of the points that I said in the video are really training your nervous system. You can train your nervous system, you can train your mind, just like an athlete trains for their big event. You're training for your big event called life. If you take one thing from this video, it's to know that you can absolutely recover from generalized anxiety disorder. Check out these other videos to support you in your anxiety recovery journey. It would be my honor to guide you further and deeper. Love.